Good evening, you're now with me, Radzi Ahmad, for TVS Nightline. We begin with this story. His Majesty Sultan Ibrahim warns that more individuals are being watched in a broad anti-corruption push. He rejects any notion that the fight targets only select agencies, stressing that bribe givers, bribe takers, and enforcers alike are accountable. He says corruption is a betrayal of the people's trust and cannot be tolerated in the nation's administration.
His Majesty stresses that the fight against corruption must not be confined to select departments or individuals, but must involve all parties, including enforcement agencies. Sultan Ibrahim says he has his own intelligence channels and warn agents and intermediaries, including suppliers of goods and services, not to engage in any form of misconduct. He says efforts to eradicate corruption must not be cosmetic or merely rhetorical, as no one is above the law. At the same time, His Majesty says officers who fail to carry out their duties with honesty and integrity must be replaced immediately. He expresses hope that all civil servants perform their responsibilities with full integrity to ensure continued public confidence in the national administrative system.
Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri FADILLAH Yusof is set to chair a special commitment to deliberate on oil and gas matters concerning Sarawak. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Law and Institutional Reform, Dato Sri Azalina Othman Said, says the issue is currently before the courts, and as such, it would be inappropriate to offer further comment as the matter is sub judice.
Saya rasa Yang Berhormat Timbalan Perdana Menteri kedua akan mempengerusikan satu komiti. Kalau kes dah masuk dalam mahkamah, di segi aspek undang-undang memanglah subjudis tak boleh komen lah. It be very biased kalau kita komen sebab kes dah masuk, dah daftar di mahkamah. So biarlah mahkamah buat keputusan.
She said this in response to comment on Sarawak's leadership stance to defend existing legal provisions under the Oil Mining Ordinance OMO 1958, a state law enacted prior to the formation of Malaysia. On January 12, Petronas filed a notice of motion at the Federal Court in Putrajaya, seeking clarification on the applicable regulatory framework governing petroleum operations in Sarawak.
Meanwhile, Defence Minister Dato Sri Mohammed Khalid Nordin has assured that the Malaysian Armed Forces remain fully operational and combat ready, despite a partial funding freeze. He says the Defence Ministry is now in talks with the Finance Ministry to resolve the issue.
Perkara ini memang sedang dalam perundingan. Pihak kementerian telah pun dipanggil oleh Kementerian Kewangan untuk kita bincang perkara-perkara yang mungkin yang boleh perlu untuk diberi perhatian segera kerana tidak mahu menjejaskan operasi dan juga kesiapsiagaan Angkatan Tentera.
On January 16, Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim ordered all military procurement contract approvals frozen, pending a full review to ensure strict compliance with regulations. Anwar stressed that while the government will not interfere with ongoing investigations by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, decisive and comprehensive action must be taken.
The Chinese community in Sarawak continues to be recognized as a key pillar of the state's economic advancement and social development, in line with Sarawak's aspiration to achieve developed and high-income status by 2030. In his Chinese New Year message, Sarawak Governor Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar says the community has long played a vital role in driving the state's economic growth, particularly in the fields of business and entrepreneurship.
Dan tidak dinafikan bahawa masyarakat Cina telah menjadi tulang belakang dalam banyak sektor ekonomi Sarawak, termasuk perdagangan, pertanian dan pertanian komersial, perusahaan moden, perniagaan kecil dan sederhana, serta pelaburan. Di samping memajukan ekonomi keluarga mereka, telah memajukan pertumbuhan ekonomi Sarawak. Umumnya, masyarakat Cina juga memainkan peranan yang signifikan dalam pelbagai sektor, seperti politik, pendidikan, dan sosial yang menjadikan faktor utama kepada kejayaan dan kemajuan Sarawak sebagai sebuah wilayah yang progresif dan harmoni.
In line with PCDS 2030, the post-COVID-19 development strategy, Wan Junaidi says the Sarawak government remains committed to implementing transparent, inclusive and people-centric policies that safeguard the welfare of all communities, including the Chinese community. The support provided, he explains, covers education, social and welfare aspects to ensure no community is left behind in the development agenda. Among the initiative is an allocation of approximately 22 million ringgit for Chinese vernacular schools in the state. The Sarawak government also continues to recognize the Unified Examination Certificate, enabling students from Chinese schools to pursue studies at Sarawak-owned universities, including in strategic fields such as satellite technology and aerospace. The move, he says, aligns with plans to provide free tertiary education at state-owned higher learning institutions this year as a long-term investment in empowering the future generation of Sarawak.
Welcome back. Ramadan Bazaar traders and micro entrepreneurs can now access financing of up to 30,000 ringgit through the scheme Pembiayaan Barakah introduced by the Ministry of Entrepreneur and Cooperative Development, or KUSCOP. Its Deputy Minister, Dato' Muhammad Alamin, says the scheme provides a nationwide allocation of 50 million ringgit to assist traders in preparing and sustaining their businesses throughout Ramadan and Shawwal.
Skim pembiayaan Barakah ini untuk Ramadan dan juga Syawal, saya fikir sudah hampir 20 juta ringgit yang kita berikan kepada para usahawan yang mengambil skim pembiayaan Barakah ini. Jadi saya minta para usahawan di Sarawak juga jangan lepaskan peluang ini. Kita berikan dana ini dengan syarat yang paling ringan. Tidak susah. Hanya perlukan lesen perniagaan kalau ada. Kalau tak ada lesen perniagaan, lesen kebenaran daripada Majlis Perbandaran berniaga di bazar pun cukup kita terima.
He adds that the government plans to expand the business financing scheme to cover more festive seasons, including Gawai and Christmas.
Kita peka dengan kita punya persekitaran ini. Banyak perayaan yang kita akan buat. Saya akan bincang dengan Menteri lepas ini. Nanti perayaan Christmas dan Hari Gawai, kita juga akan perkenalkan. Setiap perayaan kita beri peluang para usaha untuk berniaga setiap perayaan. Bukan hanya Tahun Baru Cina, Hari Raya, tetapi kita beri Christmas kita buat, Hari Pesta Keamatan kita buat, Hari Gawai kita buat, insyaAllah. Saya akan bincang dengan kepimpinan tertinggi di kementerian nanti, insyaAllah. Ya.
Through the scheme, micro-entrepreneurs can obtain financing to run seasonal businesses such as food sales, festive delicacies, bazaar trading, and retail activities.
Rapid technological advancement is driving faster, more affordable and wider internet access, while digital devices are becoming increasingly attainable for the public. However, this progress also brings growing concerns, with cases of cyberbullying, online scams and sexual crimes against children on the rise. Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil says the government is treating the matter with utmost seriousness and is rolling out key measures to better protect users from criminal elements and harmful content on social media.
Kerana kita dapati dengan akses kepada internet yang laju, murah, meluas, dengan peranti yang semakin hari semakin murah dan mampu dimiliki, maka kita juga terdedah kepada banyak elemen jenayah dan tidak sihat. Dalam media sosial kita dapati banyak berlaku bully cyber, banyak berlaku jenayah scam dan jenayah seksual terhadap kanak-kanak. InsyaAllah setelah ONSA mula berkuasa pada 1 Januari 2026, kita telah memanggil semua platform media sosial untuk mereka memahami instrumen-instrumen subsidiary yang berkait dengan ONSA, dengan Akta Keselamatan dalam Talian.
Accused Bondi Beach terror attack suspect Naveed Akram today appeared in a Sydney court, facing 59 charges over the deadly mass shooting. According to local reports, the 24-year-old attended the hearing via video link from a Supermax prison, where he has been held since being discharged from hospital following the December 14, 2025 attack. He is charged with 15 counts of murder, committing a terrorist act, and dozens of other offences.
Authorities allege Akram and his father, Sajid Akram, who was shot dead by police at the scene, opened fire with rifles and shotguns at a Jewish gathering at Bondi Beach, killing 15 people and injuring dozens. Court documents released in December state the pair had undertaken firearms training at a rural property before the attack. During today's brief administrative hearing, Akram spoke only when addressed by the magistrate. His lawyer, Ben Archibald, said it was too early to indicate what plea his client would enter. The case is scheduled to return to court in April.
Israel's government has approved a process to register land in the West Bank as state property, drawing condemnation from Arab nations and critics who said it would accelerate annexation of the Palestinian territory. Israel's foreign ministry said the measure, approved late on Sunday, would enable, quote, transparent and thorough clarification of rights to resolve legal disputes.
الموضوع له تداعيات خطيرة وقد يكون من أخطر التوجهات الإسرائيلية في المرحلة الحالية. احنا بنحكي عن موضوع متعلق أول شيء بسحب أو تغييب الجانب الفلسطيني بالمطلق بكل مؤسساته، السلطة الفلسطينية زائد بلدية الخليل زائد كل المؤسسات الفلسطينية عن المشهد فيما يتعلق بأراضي الضفة الغربية، سواء كانت تصنف ألف أو باء أو جيم، وبالذات في مناطق ألف.
Egypt, Qatar and Jordan criticized the move as illegal under international law. Israel anti-settlement watchdog Peace Now calls it a mega land grab. The Palestinian Authority is urging international intervention, warning Israel's latest moves mark the de facto start of annexation.
لذلك مطلوب تحرك دولي، مطلوب منظمة اليونسكو التي سجلت الحرم الإبراهيمي والبلدة القديمة على لائحة التراث العالمي بأنها فلسطينية خالصة، أن يقوموا بدورهم. موقف العالم اليوم موقف خجول من إطلاق مصطلح إرهاب على المستوطنين الذين يقومون بكل الموبقات على أبناء شعبنا في كافة أنحاء الوطن. وبالتالي
Last week, Israel's security cabinet approved new measures backed by far-right ministers to tighten control over West Bank areas under the Oslo framework. The measures, which drew international backlash, include allowing Jewish Israelis to buy land directly and expanding Israeli authority over certain religious sites.
Get all the updates you need all in one app. TVS Inspire brings you live updates on events, news and programs. Available now on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. TVS Inspire, world on your screen, anytime, anywhere. And those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Razi Ahmad. Thank you for watching and happy Chinese New Year.